What is going on, everyone? This is Dylan from We The Coasters. We're checking on into Disney's Hollywood Studios. Bit of a somewhat cold and rainy day, but we are here. Check out the park. Big things to talk about. So let's get right to it here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Welcome to the month of February, where unfortunately it is still a little bit cold, but, well, I shouldn't really say cold for the people that are up north when they see this video, but cold enough in Florida standards. But a big thing came on by Walt Disney World that I will say on the side. Josh D'Amaro, the person who has run the Disney parks, is now the new Disney CEO. So what's that going to mean for the Disney parks? I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of question marks. I'm a little iffy with him, but you never know. He can prove everyone wrong and do a really good job. So I have some optimism, but you never know. Right now, Rock and Roller Coaster is not open at the moment, but Tower of Terror is currently a 20-minute wait. Now, the good news, because of the rain being here, it has scared away quite a lot of people. So it looked like it was going to be a total washout today, but the weather is definitely made, you know, look at very gloomy out. You can kind of see it like all around in the skies. And always when I like to go to the parks, I always like to talk about the weather because, you know, in Florida, it does always play a factor for sure. You can come here in the summer and be hot and sweaty, and then thunderstorms can come in around at like 2, 3 o'clock or even 4. And then there's times like outside of April through October where, you know, like the January and February, it can just get unravelingly cold. So hard to believe how that is. But yeah. So if Rock and Roller Coaster isn't open right now, we'll head to Tower of Terror, first ride of the day. So we'll figure it out. Speaking of Rock and Roller Coaster Starring Aerosmith, now that Dinosaurs closed, it will be the next on the list of attractions closing very, very soon. Now, during the timeline I was at Disney for Dinosaur for its final rides, the basis for Aerosmith, Tom Hilton was actually here getting his final ride on the attraction. Now, as far as if the other 4 will do so, we'll see. But, oh, it looks like it opened. Heck yes. This is sweet. Alrighty. Yes. Let's hop on Rock and Roller Coaster. And everyone's running to it. Well, maybe the final times I will ever get to go up this entrance ramp under this version of Rock and Roller Coaster, because if many don't know, the Muppets will be taking over this current spot. From what we've heard of, it will be sometime this year, like around the fall. School going into G-Force Records. Now, it may sound harder to believe because Disney is always unravelably slow when it comes to construction projects, but from what I'm hearing, it could really be the case. So, we'll see if that's the case. But yeah, the one big thing, of course, in the right now stage is that they have shut off the pre-show over here, which is why they have this right over here. So, obviously, because there's no pre-show, you just keep on walking through. But at least you'll get to hear Aerosmith along the way, get to see the launch and everything else, and there's a cast member there. Wow, interesting. But yeah, anyways, we'll hop on. And of course, if you want to get the money shot of this ride, you literally stand right over here, and you get to see the train launch from here. The guys from the control panel to kind of get back in their spot, and then they'll get ready to launch from there. Once you see the solid yellow kick in with all the special things, the yellow's going to launch and then turn green. There it goes. Oh, not yet. Ah, I did the delay launch. Oh, here we go. Second try. You'll love to see it. And then, here comes the other train, getting ready to go on by. One quick thing I want to talk about with Rock and Roller Coaster while we're here. So this uses an LSM launch that's over here. Many people don't really notice about that with the ride of what type of launch system it uses. But of course, it uses catch car in the very, very front. So if you're in the very front row, lightly lift up, you'll probably see the catch car come right to the train right there. So you probably will see it when the catch car comes right up this way. collecting the files from there. So just want to showcase that if you're ever a big coaster nerd, want to learn about that. Of course, it's backed up. That's really cool. Yeah, looks like everyone got the memo. The ride opened up. It was went from 20 minutes to now 35, and I guarantee it's gonna be a lot longer because it's over in that spot. So this is the time to do single rider. So let's marathon single rider now. All right, so I've gotten on 3 rides, 2 on single rider, 1 on the regular as it opened up. So I can tell that line's gonna be ridiculous, and it was a little ridiculous for the single rider. So I'll take a pause on that for now. I'll come back a little later and get more rides. But yes, this thing you see here, so great to be here. Fitting that it's kind of rainy. Pour one out, man. All right, so as we're gonna take a break from that, let's do Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Let's see what the wait time is. It is 50 minutes. Oh, geez, I should have hopped on earlier. But to be fair, Roller Coaster just opened up, so that's probably why I did that first. So we're gonna test that out to see if it's a 50-minute wait. So let's hop on. Okay, so here we are. It didn't take too terribly long in the main entrance, but I found out something interesting. So in the lobby, they have a telephone that's over here. And apparently, the phone is working again for the first time in like over 30 years almost. So, because it was like a thing that worked beginning of the day and then it like stopped working for so many years. And finally, they got the effect back working. There's also another effect that when we go to the boiler room is brought back. I don't know if we'll be able to see because we're like kind of one of the first ones here. But if we do, I'll showcase what it is. Basically, there's like a water drip effect that kicks in. So if it's there, I'll show you that. But first, we have to go through the pre-show. Okay, let's see if that effect is here. Now, it would be somewhere right there we just passed, but apparently there's like a few spots where they technically do the water drip effect. So apparently it like would start up here and then it would drop down. Solo! Oh, I missed it. Oh well. I tried. Anyways, we'll wait for our ride on Twilight Zone. So, not bad. Also, it was not a 50-minute wait. That was probably about like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe, 25, 30, give or take. Okay, so I don't know how well I can see it. Technically, there is like a water drip pan over here. I know it's kind of dark, but there is like a water drip area effect that's over here. And apparently there's another weird fact. So these things right over here are actually from the Great Movie Ride from the gangster scene that they moved over to here. And the fact that they brought this back to here is totally mind-blowing. I mean, it makes sense because when they had that part of the attraction of Great Movie Ride, it was from the 1930s, and ironic enough, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror takes place in the 1930s. So yeah, you kind of can see it. There's a pipe that's right over here, and there's like a water drip effect that comes around. They recently had just had this back on, too, for the first time in a long, long while. There's technically a few spots for them, but as from what I can see, it's not on, unfortunately. Dang, that sucks. Already did my ride on Tower of Terror. I got on, I had a good time because unfortunately, one side went busted. So, oh, this is a new shirt. I like it, looks nice. But yeah, so the ride basically busted and yeah, so that's a bummer. So, I think for a while we'll have to avoid Tower of Terror because it's now running on one side and the wait time's gonna jump up from like, what was it, like 40 minutes now to like whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's jumped up now to 120 because of the 2 shafts being down. So they're gonna fix that side up and go from there. So off to what we're gonna do next. Next up is 50's Primetime Cafe. Oh, the ship's going off, nice. So 50's Primetime Cafe, we're gonna check on in. It's hosted by Coca-Cola. I always love this place. If you ever wanna go to a really good place at Hollywood Studios, definitely check out this spot. It is so good. So we're gonna check in, we're gonna get ready to eat, and then we'll go from there. Now, one of the cool things about this place, as you check in and wait for your table, it has this really cool 50s setup that's over here. So they have a lot of really cool 50s decor over here. They got the seats, they got the wallpaper, they got the TVs, they got the clocks. They even got a really nice 50s style bar that's out here. I love this a lot. This is super cool. Very nice old school way. It gives a nice old school charm. And what's really cool is that they have a lot of 50s styles drinks that are over here. So it's actually really cool how everything's set up here. And I love the ideas what they do here. So even if you don't have a reservation to go into the restaurant, you could still check out the bar. It's actually really, really neat. So please, check this out whenever you do. I highly recommend this place. Alrighty, got myself meatloaf. mashed potatoes, green beans, and a Coca-Cola is here. Yes, sir. Alrighty. So I'm gonna dig in and let you know how it is in just a minute. Ah, that was wonderful food. That really hit the spot. Wow, the bar definitely really filled up a little quicker than usual there. But yeah, let's talk about the food. So the food, excellent. It was fantastic. The meatloaf was terrific. The sauce for it was also fantastic. And the mashed potatoes, really, really good. I wasn't too fond of the green beans. Not really a big green bean fan, but you know, hey, I still had it. It was fine. Something. So definitely recommend it though. It is very good meatloaf. If you don't want to go for the meatloaf, I do recommend the fried chicken. Fried chicken's amazing. I think, honest opinion, this is probably the best place to eat in Hollywood Studios. I did say for the longest time it was sci-fi, but lately they've just been slipping downhill. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Got Chip and Dale that are out here. Look at that. There they are. And then the other really good place to eat is Hollywood and Vine, but if you do go to Hollywood Vine, be prepared to really fork out that wallet, if you know what I mean. But you do get what you pay for. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, so it is very, very good. So now they got that out of the way, and I love how it's kind of in the 50s, and Dinosaur Garrity's Ice Cream of Extinction is open. This is where you get ice cream, especially you can get a Mickey Mouse bar. And apparently this has been a new thing lately. They have a thing where you can have M&Ms on there, which I am glad that they're actually expanding the idea of putting, you know, actual toppings on a Mickey Mouse bar. Wow, why have they not done this years ago? Where have you been, Disney? now you're catching up? All right, let's continue onward. Also, I just never noticed these dinosaur footprints. It's cool. As we are making our way through some people there, I did want to talk about very briefly about Star Tours. So Star Tours, they're putting in some new, I guess, I don't know what you could say, like film projection stuff coming up very, very soon. So keep an eye in the future. They'll eventually be adding some stuff down the road because they did make an announcement about it in D23 Expo. So as far as when, we shall see. Also love that they have actually updated this. Tried in from the newer trilogy stuff. Interesting. As I literally just ended the clip, I did not notice this, but there is a meet and greet for Darth Vader right in the Tatooine area, right next to Star Tours' line. That is awesome. I have not seen Darth Vader do a meet and greet out here in God knows how long, but that is awesome that they're doing that. It's giving me like throwback vibes to where they had the stage over there, and they had the Star Wars weekends way back in the day before Galaxy's Edge was a thing. If everyone remembers that, let me know in the comments down below. That was a good time. As we are making our way over to Galaxy's Edge, I did want to briefly talk about what's going on with the Monsters, Inc. stuff going on by. They are still building on the big part of the building, which is behind Muppet Vision, which is down that way. Now, last time, I said it was over here. I want to make a little bit of a correction. This is more going to be towards that way, right down there. But of course, we're not going to see a whole lot from here, and the only way you're probably going to get a view is if you're in the back parking area of Hollywood Studios, if the park is slammed. So we're kind of in a doomsday little moment, but there's been a lot of drone footage that have been circling around that area in the quite the last few months. The big building for the main attraction coming on by is getting along very well. It's funny. Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, and just those two. I was thinking of another park, but I guess not. Oh, it was Legoland, that was why. They're building really big buildings. And the Legoland one is actually going to be opening up as I'm making this recording, like literally a few weeks away. So, yeah, I mean, SeaWorld's got a really big building coming on because they got a dark ride coming on in by Vekoma, and then Walt Disney World, with, you know, what's coming up soon. But I wonder how it's going to look eventually with Galaxy's Edge that's right over here. Hopefully Disney Imagineering, they can, how do you say, figure that out? I don't know. We'll see. Rise of the Resistance is currently a 50-minute wait, but you know me. I'm gonna take advantage of Single Rider, so let's do that right now. All right, it is 12:42. We are hopping in line for Single Rider. Hopefully Single Rider this time will be a lot better than the last time experience. So last time it was pretty brutal, but from what I can see so far, it is 10 times better. So let's see how long we wait. All right, did Rise of Resistance not too long ago. Let me just say, I have never seen the wait. Even what was shown on the regular side was that quickly. 50 minutes? Man, more like 10 minutes, man, I swear. Like, I did Single Rider, but like, when I say there was barely any people on my ride, I kid you not, there were barely any people on my ride. Like, even the queue looked small. I don't know what happened, but it definitely was not 50 minutes, I can tell you that for sure. But hey, fine by me, though. I'm not going to be upset about that. I know by the logic you're thinking, why don't I go on again? Well, I could, but I want to do Millennium Falcon though. I know. Call me whatever word you want. I don't care. Just want to do it. Anyways, let's hop on Smuggler's Run. Okay, Smuggler's Run. So I got to do single rider. I probably waited about 5 minutes, give or take, maybe 10. So wasn't too bad. Although I have to say, it's always funny to see someone who's there who's never done the ride before, let alone pilot, and they're just absolutely destroying the Millennium Falcon because it creates a very unique experience. So that's interesting to say the least. Okay, let's head over to our next attraction. So I got to check out the brand new Little Mermaid show, which was rather not bad. It definitely is a lot different from Voyage of the Little Mermaid, but they have some things that were definitely changed. So I do actually recommend seeing this show. It actually was a lot better than I expected. Now my only thing is I do not know when this opened up because I felt like it was just under the radar, just kind of like, oh, it's open, have fun. Because last time I was here, it was not open. So I wonder when they actually did it. So if anyone knows, let me know in the comments down below. Looks like the sun has managed to pop up, which means the crowds are now starting to pour into the parks. I was hoping for a more like gloomy day just so that we can get on some rides, but it doesn't look like it, to say the least. The only problem is though it is still in the 50s right now, so I feel like as it gets later on in the day, like around the 5 o'clock range, we'll definitely see a drop to like the mid to low 50s there. Right now, Tower of Terror was at a 30-minute wait. Now it's at a 40-minute wait. And Rock and Roller Coaster is at a 60-minute wait. So let's go in Tower of Terror. Let's see if it is 40. Alright, we're getting closer to that nighttime feel. We're going to take a break on Rock Roller Coaster because that line is getting ridiculous. And they have also closed off the single rider line. So I'll come back a little later, get one more ride before I head out for the day. So I'm thinking probably doing Toy Story Mania. I haven't done that at all today. Haven't been in the land at all yet. So why not? Let's go head over there and see how the wait time is. Last I saw it was 40 minutes. I hope it dies down to at least 30 or less. Fingers crossed. Well, it looks like I showed up at a perfect time. It was at 40 minutes, then it went down to 30, and right before I hopped in here, 25 minutes. That's exactly what I asked for. Perfect. Let's hop on. Let's see how I do for a score. Yes, I probably waited about 25-30 minutes, so pretty accurate. 168,200, so not too bad at all. Seriously though, my arm's killing me, little my wrist is not meant for older people. Oh my god. It's about 7 o'clock, so I'm thinking about doing another ride in Rock and Roller Coaster and get on out from there. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. So yep, it's nighttime. I can smell the buffalo just went by. But anyways, you can see Tower of Terror all lit up. And of course they're getting ready for, I believe, Fantastic, but I'm not too certain. See everyone's getting all lined up there probably to get ready to do Tower of Terror, which I believe that says that's a 30-minute wait. We're gonna head over Rock and Roller Coaster because why not? Fantastic, 9:30. My apologies, that's when that show's gonna begin. Rides went down to 40, Smuggler's Run 45, but this is where we're going to right now. I'm telling you, we are taking advantage on our rides today, and we're doing what we can. Also, it's actually pretty dang cold, man. Oh, man. Plus, I always love this all lit up, and I'm going to miss seeing this like this as well. So may as well enjoy my shots from here. Anyways, let's hop on. Alrighty, getting ready to do final ride of Rock Roller Coaster Starring Aerosmith in the single rider row. We actually did Tower of Terror earlier, and the single rider line was actually closed when we first went over there. So we did Tower of Terror to kill time, and now here we are getting ready to do one final ride on Rock Roller Coaster for the night. And then we'll head out here. We'll see you after the ride. One little quick fact about the nerdy thing over here. If you see that green light, that means obviously they're in the clear to go to that launch track right there. Of course, team members have their own little thing right over here on that side. So just want to showcase that for anyone who's curious about the ride. But the cool part is, of course, when the train comes on by over here, makes it really cool, just car sounds when they come on by. That's when you know it's about time to ride. All right, did one final ride on Roller Coaster Starring Aerosmith. Another single ride, and man, I'll tell you what, 8 rides on that, not too shabby. Although the last few times it was just kind of a little slow, but you know what? I'm not upset about it. I'm very, very happy that I got some rides in today. However, in about 3 weeks, I'm gonna get my final rides, which cue to the depression. Unbelievable. But that's gonna do it here from this fairly weird, coldish visit here to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Thank you guys for watching. If you like, be sure to like, subscribe. If you're brand new to the channel, hit that bell notification for any future uploads. Follow us on all of our socials, our Facebook, our X, and our Instagram. Once again, my name is Dylan. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys later until the next video, no matter where we're at. Peace.